This man ignored grammar, rejected punctuation, and even defied the alphabet. He left teachers irritated and critics confused, yet scholars of his time reveled in his work. And in doing so, he managed to become one of the most popular and beloved American poets of the 20th century. Yeah, you heard me right. It's crazy, isn't it? Hey guys, it's Yash and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the chaotic and extraordinary life of E.E. Cummings. We're going to be reading and analyzing one of his more normal poems. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out when I upload another video. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Edward Estlin Cummings was born on October 14, 1894 in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and began writing poems as early as 1904. Dang, that's young. Yup, and he attended Harvard University in 1911, where he got his BA in 1915 and his MA in 1916. Now, in 1917, he was deployed to France to help the US in World War I, where he served as a volunteer ambulance driver. Now, upon his return to the US, E.E. spent his time between his two homes, one in New Hampshire and the other in New York. However, he still made frequent trips to Paris. Guess he must have loved it there. Many of Cummings' poems experimented with new forms of poetry not really seen by the American public before, including playing around with syntax, punctuation, and style. Now, one common misconception is that E.E. Cummings signed his name in lowercase, but that was actually the work of publishers, who changed his name to capture the widespread lowercase nature of his poems. By the time of his death in 1962 by stroke, Cummings was the second most read American poet, trailing Robert Frost. So all in all, an extremely talented man and popular poet who revolutionized poetry in America. Now, I'm going to read you guys the poem called Love is More Thicker Than Forget by E.E. Cummings. Love is more thicker than forget, more thinner than recall, more seldom than a wave is wet, more frequent than to fail. It is most mad and moonly, and less it shall and be, than all the sea which only is deeper than the sea. Love is less always than to win, less never than alive, less bigger than the least begin, less littler than forgive. It is most sane and sunly, and more it cannot die, than all the sky which only is higher than the sky. Let's define some key terms here. Firstly, the term moonly means irrational, dreamy, and unpredictable. The term unbe is recovered by E.E. Cummings from archaic English and means to not exist. And finally, the term sunly means bright, natural, and invoking a warm and welcoming feeling. Now, let's translate the poem into simpler terms. Here is a translated poem. Love is more powerful than what we forgot, but also more fragile and delicate than what we remember. Love almost never happens, yet a person frequently falls under its spell. Love is wild, mad, and crazy. It will never cease to exist. The sea is only as deep as itself, but love is deeper than the whole sea. The essence of love is never about winning, but more. It never fades away as long as we are alive. Although love often starts small, it grows into something far bigger. Love makes the act of forgiving seem unnecessary. Love is reasonable, warm, and fulfilling. Love is immortal. Love is higher than the entire sky. The sky is only as high as itself, but love is greater. Let's start analyzing the poem. The first line is all about the fact that a relationship may seem unimportant looking back on it, but in reality both partners had an extremely deep bond. However, this is contrasted by the second line that the romantic bond between the former lovers was weaker than what a person remembers. The contradictory nature of these two lines help to convey the idea that it is impossible to realize the significance of a relationship looking back on it. The third and fourth lines continue this overarching theme of contrast by offering the idea that love almost never comes, yet it hits a person on a frequent basis. From the first stanza, we observe that Cummings believes love to be an erratic and mysterious character that changes a person in many ways. Let's move on to the second stanza. Look closely at the first line and see the word moonly, commonly interpreted by scholars to mean crazy and uncontrollable. Compare this with the fourth stanza, with Cummings' use of the word sunlight. This word is believed to mean bright, cheerful, and full of life. Cummings extends this by talking about how love is deeper than the deepest of seas and higher than the pinnacles of the sky, showing that love is an all-encompassing force. However, looking at the second line of the second and fourth stanza, one thing remains consistent. Love is eternal and never satisfied. The third stanza of the poem defends this idea further because Cummings describes here that love is an impermanent force that will be with the person throughout their life. It is impossible to escape this feeling, and it only keeps growing throughout our lives. Overall, the poem emphasizes that love can never be fully understood because it is a delicate balance of many factors. Captured by Cummings' stark contrast throughout this poem, his idea of love is an all-encompassing force that strikes every human being.